So, welcome. We are going to be doing some deck profiles and talking about some of this format and some of the exploration that Genesys kind of brings to the table. I went through my geodex and picked up a couple of interesting lists to kind of showcase. The first one is the Turbo Exodia concept. So this is something that I know a lot of people aren't going to be necessarily happy exists within the format because the Exodia pieces are basically all unrestricted, but you are limited by your draw power you're able to use. And also, Sky Striker Engage is still basically a fully free card that you're able to abuse to, find yourself getting further into the deck. And I guess also if you wanted to be a Battle City duelist, this would be kind of the way to go. Exodia is kind of a brick city, I understand that, but this takes me back to like the days of a deep dragon draw kind of Exodia strategy. And players are always going to gravitate towards an idea of this. So this is actually kind of cool. Now, we've got the man with the mark. With the Winged Dragon Raw. The fact that the Winged Dragon Raw is a free card in here. I see the big things that are going to cost you here are going to be your imperms, your evenly matches for going second, and then we got things like destructive Daruma cannons, while you're also bringing in Black Goat Laughs here as a card to it kind of comes with the territory of modern era Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't see any. This is basically you're taking the modern era deck and you're transitioning this over into Master Duel like on a full 1-to-1 transition. So honestly, if there's a deck for modern that you could probably play with, especially with the Sudden Thunder Swamps being absolutely amazing cards, I think that would be a good thing to see. Oh, we have this creature fully legal. Oh boy, wow! Alpha doesn't cost anything, so this is free. I also thought Pot of Dualities costed points in this format. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe it was it's Pot of Prosperity that costs points, which is more than the amount of points that we were generating with Pot of Greed. But this whole deck is still going to work on the exact same premise here, where you're going to be using, Gren Manjus to cycle through. I do see we also get to do Banquet of Millions in this, which is probably going to be one of the funner things that you can do. You'll just be able to toss your extra deck at your opponent. I mean, looking at your extra deck down here, the only real painful thing is, like ints, but I think that's a compensation. Love the fact that they've also got a Lightning Vortex in here, and they also get to bridge the gap with 7th Tachyon to get searchability. So also 7th Ascensions are also working like in free overtime for this deck. We also have Goaty. Oh wow. First of all, Perulias are free basically. I mean, the only real point changes you care about here are like Gold Sarks to get the Goaty monsters banished, kind of start combo. I do see Dragite cost a little bit. It's probably that and Call by the Grave are probably your two big costers for this deck. I also see we're relying on Ready Fusion in here instead of Instant Fusion to get you off of the ground, but for how Goaty is always played, I don't think it's anything too crazy. Maybe you want to try Fishborg Blaster in here, honestly. Like, that could be a potentially good card that, depending on the point cost, could help out. Next up, we have, Genesys. So, first off here, nothing in the main deck costs anything, but you're taking all of your points and you're tossing them into True King of all calamities. Now, realistically here, everything in the generator pile is going to be free. I also see the fact that we're tossing Magical Hounds in here as, kind of like the free little extender that you kind of want to be seeing, but because you're going so hard on True King of all calamities, I don't really think you get that compensation to, try anything else. So that's your trade-off with this. All in and hope for the best. Super heavy. Now, what's kind of funny about this list is, Wakashi and the scales. You can't do anything with them because they're not allowed. But you actually get the chance to, play this actually as a concept. Also, there's not a single spell in here. Your heavy hitters are going to be your Malcharmies. I mean, this is 30 plus 50, and then your last dedicated slot is going to be to a Zeus. Also, because of, super heavy Brave Masaru probably being one of your bigger, cleanup jobs here. I mean, this card's 4,000 can attack from defense mode is an insane stat. If there was a deck I'd be afraid of running into this format, it might just simply be this, because I don't know if people have an out to this. It just seems like one of those decks that they're going to be like, oh, how do I deal with, a big stat monster? I don't think you do. Exo Sister. So this is something that my friend just sent me a list for this too. But looking at Exo Sister, Dimension Shifters are 5 points apiece. It is very simply just a 15 card dedication to playing those. And then you get access to playing Malcharmies in here. Fuas are 7 points apiece. You're going with Ashes to kind of keep the deck a little bit more stable and things. But everything in terms of the Exorcist or archetype itself is actually free. The only other big thing down here is like you're dedicating 10 points to, a Typhoon. So I think this deck is actually kind of decent, actually. This might be something that I think people are going to have a little bit more fun with, for sure. And then we have Minkanko Genesys. I question why the other Minkanko monster, the worst one, is so many points. Like, that part didn't make sense to me, but I do see that Water Abereske is 10 points. So, I mean, actually, in-house, that's kind of expensive. Nadir Servant being 33 points is kind of expensive. But, I mean, to be fair, you have so many things to fling out of your extra deck. And also, this is a format where Hidden Armory actually gets a chance to shine. You're a little bit slower. I mean, what is this? You don't get your Sun Top Cut. You can't normal summon or set this turn. I mean, you're just going to, do a ritual summon, drop the Orihime, and your opponent's going to have to deal with this. Like, that's kind of the whole point of what you're doing. So that's actually kind of cool. And then we have Punk. Well, first of all, you're telling me Psyblocker is a free card in this format. I guess I can't blame people for kind of forgetting that this card exists, because, I mean, it is kind of free, but also you do have the new Psychic support you'll be able to play very, very easily. I see we're going with Ogres and Fuas within here. Italy being a 40 cost that's a little bit disappointing, actually. That actually very much stinks, because you won't get the chance to do kind of cool plays with that. Also, Cosmics are free too. I do like the fact that Jiraishin is free in here as an actual like card to control the opponent. I guess their logic with this is they're like, hey, you've got all of this set up, so you're going to be able to kind of play the deck the way you want to. And the last list we're going to look at for this here is, oh boy, we have Lightsworn for you. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to see this. Fiendsmith, you're telling me, is free? You're actually telling me the Charge of Light Brigades are 33 apiece. Well, I guess this is gonna be a fun little problem that people are gonna get the opportunity to deal with. Maybe Lacrima costs something, because I see that we're just dedicating slots to this. I guess if Lacrima is going to be the thing that's going to cost you, I mean, we just go with these, be able to capitalize on that. Also, I guess Lurie might cost something too if he's not present in this list, but this list also has a side deck. Look at all those good side deck cards you actually get a chance to play. But I think this new format it's kind of fun. As you can see here, I mean, you got a lot of cool options, kind of worth it to play with. So what do you guys think? Please comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here later, guys.